a dark night, a time of horror and danger, surrounded by the silence and illuminated by the moonlight. The man covered with dirt and dry blood, with messy hairs and ugly bruises, awaiting nothing but further cruelty. Chris, I will ask you one last time, he roared, pulling his head up by twisting his hairs harshly. Chris, where is he? He demanded, yet the man only smiled. He messed up condition, yet no trace of fear in his eyes, pain, yet no sign of bending down in him. You can never make him talk like this, Chris. Chris, boss. He turned around immediately, showing respect to his boss, followed by all the guards surrounding them. Eden, with his hands stuck in the skin jeans pant, he climbed down the stairs that lead into a hell, a stinky smell, yet a pleasant expression over his face as he reached the place. Eden, you need to prove yourself strong than when you want to break, he said to the Chris as the dominate walk ended in front of him. Chris, I'm sorry, boss, I failed you. He bowed his head in embarrassment. Eden, you still have a chance unless that man isn't dead by anyone other than me. He placed his hand over his shoulder. Chris looked in his eyes, a dark look lingering in his hobs. The man had to look away immediately, looking down as Eden walked past him, standing in front of tired figure. Eden tilted his head as he looked at his miserable condition. His eyes moved and stopped in a swollen one due to deprived of sleep and sharp hints. Eden, you won't talk? He asked gently, his tone dark and dangerous. The man gulped hardly, even the small lump in his throat painful of his existence. He shook his head, still keeping their eyes contact. Eden's eyes squinted gently as he looked down at him. His hand moved and Chris looked at him, at the open palm spread in front of him. He looked at Eden and then at him before quietly placing the gun on his hand. Eden, change of mind? He asked as he bring closer the gun towards his face, caressing it gently like a precious belonging. The man's breath is related as he stared up at the man, a cold smirk forming on his bruised lips. The change of mind won't change my fate. Chris looked at Aiden, whose hands stopped moving for a moment. He looked at the man before pressing his fingertip at the muzzle edge. Aiden, wise, his empty eyes moved down from the gun towards the man, holding an eye contact for a second before he emptied the gun on him. The man flinched with every shot, a pool of blood oozing out of his lips as he looked at Aiden with loath of the last time. Aaron tilted his head, staring in his silent face, yet of quietly spoken eyes which he couldn't get at. Glasses covered his eyes as his head fell down. Aaron, right man, wrong side. He shook his head in disappointment as he handed over the gun back to Chris. Chris, boss, how will we find him now? He asked, glancing at the dead body, which guards were busy untying. Aaron looked through his hideouts. He must have left a trace. Chris nodded his head, signing two of the glances to guards to move immediately. Eden, I won't wait for long. Don't make me go afar him. He warned the man, who immediately nodded his head confidently. Chris, that won't happen. Eden smirked proudly at his confidence, patting his shoulder before he proceeded to move. The silent environment was disturbed by a hustle when the man on the chair fell off the ground lifelessly. Eden looked at him as his attention was stolen. His eyes traced his lifeless figure and then stopped his open palm where a small picture lays, a woman with a child, something that he has been protecting under the grip of his palm. Eden, burn him, don't let anyone recognize him, he stated, starting at that small frame of two figures. Chris, yes, boss. With the reply, Eden turned around and left, not sparing a single glance. So, how's everything going? He asked, covering in the blanket in the middle of the night. Ellen, everything's fine, but are you? The man frowned as he heard her. Of course I'm good, just exhausted by countless meetings and stuff. That remind me of why didn't you pick up my calls that night? Ellen sighed as she covered once again, reminded of Eden. Ellen, I live in this world too, Rowan. I can get busy as well. My each breath caught something. She reminded the man. Her tone sounded flustered, by how disconnected he is to her life. So it was payback of my busy life. Ellen, I told you I'm doing this for us. Ellen take a deep breath as she heard him. Ellen, if we get married, will you live my life for me too? Because talking to you makes me feel like I'm nothing but a thing to you. Only you deserve to keep me. Rowan frowned as he pushed off the blanket and sat down. What's wrong with you, Ellen? I only asked for you because I love you. His voice turning flustered as he clearly started to lose his patience. Ellen, there's nothing wrong with me, Rowan. If I have to be available because of you love me, then don't think you will need to do the same. His features crunches as she made complaint. So what, you want me to leave everything and come there? Ellen chuckled as she heard him shaking his head at the coldness in his voice. Ellen, what's the use? It's not like you understand me when you are near, she said and cut the call immediately, not giving a chance to reply. Taking out your frustration on him, Ellen sighed, pulling her legs closer as she hugged herself. Ellen, I'm just too tired to deal with him, she stated, making the girl sign. Scarlett, he has always been like this. How come you become tired now? Carrie walked in her room with two coffee mugs as she sat on the floor in front of girl. Ellen, you know I don't drink coffee, she said, and Carrie rolled her eyes. Scarlett, you are that one weird creature who loves to make coffee but not drinking it. She sips her, letting out a satisfied moan. Scarlett, it's literally the best. Ellen looked away, her cell phone stayed in her hands as she kept quiet. Scarlett, thinking about him, Ellen looked at her friend Dunn. Ellen, do you think I cut the call to think about him? Scarlett chuckled as she shook her head. Scarlett, Eden? The look over her face changed. Ellen leaned back on the bed and looked away. Scarlett, I was talking about him. She observed the changes over her friend's face and smiled. Ellen, if what you said is true, is he really a playboy trying to make a way in my life? Her eyes turned fierce as she looked at her friend. Ellen, I will finish his lifeline. Scarlett spilled all the coffee from her mouth as she heard her. Scarlett, sorry? She asked, shocked and coughing a few droplets, causing irritation. Ellen, you heard me. I didn't let him in to mess up with me. If he is at fault, he will pay the price of my broken trust. She groaned, making Scarlet Girl hard. Scarlet Girl, you are possessed or something. Ellen let out a deep breath as she stayed quiet. Scarlet, I can be wrong too, taking things easy. She stayed her friend's dangerous blank look and pick up the coffee mugs, escaping quietly. Scarlet, let's sleep now, she whispered, making sure to close the door as she left the room. Daniel, why are you so pale? She almost flinched at sudden question, taking a deep breath to calm herself. Scarlet, stop scaring me, you both, she scolded the man who looked at her confused. Daniel, since when Ellen started to scare you? Carrie shook her head, giving him the other mug of coffee as she moved closer to him, who was just one the way to his room. Scarlett, you know how scary she is when she is angry. She reminded me the man leaning on the counter as they both stopped for a chat. Daniel, thanks for the coffee. I was too lazy to make one. He raised his cup before taking a sip, a grateful look gliding his face, which Scarlett recognized with a nod. Daniel, why is she angry? It's a rare case. Scarlett nodded her head immediately as his clueless question. Scarlett, I know, right? She don't get angry when why this time? Why for him? Daniel took another sip of coffee as she stared at the girl who was busy thinking to herself. Daniel, who, Rowan? Is he giving her hard time? Scarlett blinked, her eyes widening a bit. She realized she has conveyed extra information. Scarlett, no, 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 it's about a partner. She made a random excuse that left Daniel even more clueless. Daniel, partner? Is she doing another presentation or assignment? Scarlett looked around, nodding her head persistently. Scarlett, both. That's why she is so stressed. Daniel looked at her genuine expression and found himself believing her. Daniel, okay, I'm heading to my room. I'm working on a design. You wanna take a look? Scarlett immediately nodded her head. Scarlett, of course I want to, but I'm too tired to walk. Her face filled with an excitement as she sat on the stool. Then, okay, I will bring my laptop here. She gave him a grateful smile as the man walked in his room.